Hey everybody, we're talking today about peptides for working with Lyme and mold. It's a common thing that comes up, the question about peptides. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Dr. Diane Mueller, your chronic illness expert. You can find me at mylymedoc.com. Now, peptides are a common conversation that comes up with my patients. I can tell you that I've seen peptides help in some situations, and I'm going to tell you in this video technically three of the key peptides that I've seen to really be helpful for people. There's a lot of conversations you can find online about peptides like LL37 or DSIP, for example. I haven't seen these kind of peptides help this community as much as other things. Remember, with Lyme or mold or anything in this chronic illness world, we want to get to the root. So peptides can be a supportive therapy, but I've not seen them be like that standalone, like magic thing. But sometimes they can support with healing the body while you are co-treating to actually get to the root of the chronic illness. So the two things that I've seen to be the most helpful, and it's kind of three, and I'll tell you why in a moment, are one, KPV. KPV I've seen to really help with things like mast cell activation or histamine intolerance. I work with a lot of people that are very, very sensitive, that have to microdose things, take very small amounts of things because they react, which, by the way, if you're in that population, most people that are in that population, I find that they are living in mold almost all the time. And just because you have one good inspector doesn't mean they found it. So sometimes people are not looking down that road because they tried working with an inspector and that inspector said they're fine and they're actually not. So that's important to remember about KPV. But I've seen situations where people are not able to get a lot of things in their body. They're not able to handle any supplements or any medication. And then KPV calms their mast cell reaction enough where they are then able to tolerate other things. So definitely consider KPV. And then the second thing that I've seen work very well, which is kind of part 2 and part 3, are CJC-1295 combined with another peptide called Ipamorelin. So they're two different peptides, but really they are often prescribed together because they work together. And they basically increase the release of growth hormone. So as you increase your growth hormone, you are increasing your repair of your cells. Now, this is where it can be a, one step forward, one step back, is if you have things in your body that are still causing breakdown of your cells, destruction of your cells, then giving you something like a CJC plus an Ipamorelin is only going to go so far, because if you are giving yourself something that is going to help to secrete more growth hormone to help your cells, but at the same time you have these things internally that are breaking your cells down, you might not get as far. Where I've seen this to be better is once you've cleared out a lot of the internal things and you're having a hard time getting your body over the hump, that's when I've seen these things be a lot more useful. So I oftentimes think of CJC-1295 plus Ipamorelin being something that is used later in the treatment once the root causes are cleared out and you need to move that healing process, that cellular healing process along faster. And KPV to be something that is used earlier in the treatment process to help you with sensitivity, with mast cell activation, with high histamine intolerance, any of those kind of things. So remember, you do want to get these things from a doctor, from a compounding pharmacy. Some of the things you read online, it could be questionable about how pure they are. So make sure you do your research, you talk to your doctor. You're always working with a doctor on these sorts of things. You can find out more about me and my clinic in the show notes below or by going to mylymedoc.com. Hope this has been helpful. See you in another video.